Hello everybody, it's Starrapter here and welcome to the channel. I'm super excited to break down the Mandalorian trailer frame by frame for you guys. This is the first ever live action Star Wars series, so there's a lot to talk about because this minute and a half trailer sure has a lot packed into it. So this first shot here, the Stormtrooper helmets in the sand, could this be Tatooine? This kind of symbolizes the state of the galaxy, right? This is a couple years after the events of Return of the Jedi. The Empire's pretty much gone. There's little pockets of Imperials as we will see later on in this footage. So this is the general state of the galaxy. People just absolutely despise the Empire, and they are warning against anybody to take up arms to become the Empire. This is what will happen to you. Your head will be put on a spike, essentially. This is kind of a warning, and this is also just a different thought process for what is going on in this series. This is definitely a lot darker from it appears like to the rest of the galaxy, the rest of the Star Wars properties for sure. This shot here is of the Mandalorian's personal ship, the Razor Crest, and he is on another planet. And I like the idea that we're not going to be on this dust ball planet the entire time. Now, this could be a planet like Takodana. This could be, heck, even Naboo. So it's nice to see some green forested areas again in Star Wars. For this shot, it looks like we could be on Tatooine, possibly. We have the Razor Crest, that's the Mandalorian ship to the left, and we have another ship to the right that kind of resembles almost like a U-Wing, although I don't think it is long enough to be a U-Wing. We see what could be an F7 medical droid right underneath that ship on the right. That's a Imperial type medical droid, I think, and the Mandalorian is walking through that high archway into this village that looks pretty populated. Here we see the Mandalorian getting some currency for a job he has done. He's handing in some kind of credits and getting this object, not sure what it is. Here's Carl Weathers' character. This is Grief Karga. So this is the leader, I believe, of the Bounty Hunter Guild, as we've seen in that clip during Star Wars Celebration in Chicago. And he is the one that seems to be almost in the same kind of like Maz Eisley Cantina on Tatooine, giving the jobs to the Mandalorian. This could definitely be a new locale. Could this be Jeddah? Could this be Posada from The Rise of Skywalker? Doesn't really look like Tatooine, but again, I like how this series is giving us a wide breadth of environments to explore in Star Wars. Here we have a great shot of the Mandalorian in what looks like exiting his Razor Crest vehicle. I like how the ramp just drops down like that. This is Gina Carano's character named Cara Dune. So this is an ex-Rebel Special Forces trooper, so we're going to see what she does, what kind of connection she has with the Mandalorian. Is she a bounty hunter herself? Now this is a super cool connection to the holiday special as well as, I believe, the Clone Wars. That is what appears to be a blurg, and there's also another blurg to the left. I don't know if the Mandalorian that you can see on the left there might have killed that, but another interesting thing is this is an alien that, I don't know, looks kind of like a Nugnok, but looks like a Sulstan at the same time. Not sure if that's a brand new species. I think it is. This could also be a character that's being voiced possibly by Taika Waititi. He came out on stage on D23, introduced as a cast member. We've seen him before doing voice acting for certain things, so we're not really sure who this character is or what his affiliation is with the Mandalorian at this point. Here we have a legacy Star Wars species, a Twi'lek. I love Twi'leks. They're really cool, and this one definitely has a lot of personality. And also, now that we see a Twi'lek, we see Blurg in the previous shot I was talking about. I think that this actually could be one of the planets in here, could be Ryloth. Now, that would be cool because we haven't actually seen that in live action, and Ryloth has always been this area of contention during the Clone Wars, then with the Rebellion. So what could be what could be something that's actually having a bounty hunter like the Mandalorian on that planet? This is just an epic shot. This is just showing the cinematography of a series that isn't, that's on Disney Plus. This is going to be, as Kathleen Kennedy says, as epic as the films. They are really spending a lot of money on this show. I think it's at least $10 million per episode. Looking at this frame, we have this frightened mother and probably her child there, showing that there's going to be some tension in this show for sure. I am so happy that they are bringing back Death Troopers in Star Wars. They are one of my favorite things in Rogue One, and they continue to pop up in things like Thrawn Treason and Star Wars Rebels and well, they look like they're in a firing squad kind of formation. So what is going on? Obviously the Empire is still around. There's these pockets of them that still refuse to give up. And another shot with Death Troopers has this character played by Giancarlo Esposito. This is, Gus Fringe from Breaking Bad, and he looks like he's in TIE pilot armor possibly, and it looks like there was like the TIE fighter hatch in the background behind him. Again, what is his deal? This is the Mandalorian looking like he could be in that same shot as before, just, facing off against Giancarlo Esposito's character. I'm super excited to see more swoop bikes in Star Wars. Ever since Shadows of the Empire, I've been in love with their design. This also could be the very one I seen at Star Wars Celebration on display for the visitors there. Here we have a war zone, and that has to be an AT-ST. You see all these pikes, you see just the cover of darkness. So again, different kind of locations in this I want to say film, because what I'm seeing here looks like film quality and everything in these shots. It looks just epic and cinematic beyond like TV belief. I mean, Game of Thrones really set the bar really high, and it looks like Mandalorian is just taking that up and trying to challenge Game of Thrones with just the quality overall of what I'm seeing here. And it's just cool to see maybe a bigger battle in this than I expected to see. This shot, I just wanted to kind of talk about that this does have a lot of like meaning with what happens when the Empire is defeated. Now, the Empire had lots of order, but now what you're going to see is people trying to fill this vacuum. A lot of criminal organizations and destruction and chaos happens, and innocent people are caught in the crosshairs. Here we have a shot of this IG droid and the Mandalorian walking in like badasses. And this confirms that there will be some sort of space battles in The Mandalorian, and that looks like it could be a Z-95 headhunter. Awesome stuff there. This shot we see the Mandalorian on a big ass turret just taking out goons left and right. You see a moisture evaporator there. This is probably in some part of Tatooine. Here, in what could be that same kind of environment on Tatooine, we see an IG droid, and he's just kicking butt. He's literally rotating at an astronomical rate, just taking out henchmen left and right, just like that kind of droid does in the Clone Wars. Here's the Mandalorian in action, being a bounty hunter and just kicking ass and taking names. He's fighting off a Quarren, which is pretty cool. I love seeing, again, some of these more older species in Star Wars. This is just showing how adept the bounty hunter of the Mandalorian is. He's using his whipcord, right, to kind of sling this enemy, pull him into a door which is about to crush him in half. We have another person in Carbonite that isn't Han Solo. Is that the method that the Mandalorian uses to capture his bounties alive? That is so cool. And this last shot here is Werner Herzog's character. He was also in that footage that I've seen at Celebration Chicago. And, well, he is definitely looking to be sort of the leader of the Imperial Remnant. And the Mandalorian is taking jobs from him. And how many jobs will the Mandalorian take from this character before he just gets fed up with what this guy is trying to achieve? But he is also providing the voice of Werner Herzog in this trailer. And I do want to end with just breaking down the poster, the official poster for The Mandalorian. I do like how it's very stylistic, like a painted approach, and it looks like it could be on Tatooine because you could see the sand crawlers there as well as the moisture evaporators. You only see one sun, but the other sun could still be below where we can see it. But overall, I'm just super excited for The Mandalorian. I'm not sure if they're going to release all the episodes on November 12th or if they'll wait a week. I prefer to just wait a week just so we can have more of a conversation with each episode, kind of like how Game of Thrones did a water cooler talk. But anyway, so did you guys see anything that I missed? Let's talk about it all in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on the Mandalorian trailer? And I have my thoughts on the Obi-Wan Kenobi series being announced on this very channel. So if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. You can subscribe and hit that notification icon so you'll never miss another video. That is going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also included 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.